Hello, my lovelies. I'm Danielle. I'm a Canadian from BC. I'm here to guide you through grocery shopping, saving money, creating less waste, which in turn will save you money, and just having more ideas for recipes. Because honestly, the worst part about being an adult is deciding what you're gonna cook for dinner every single night for the rest of your life. Forever and ever. My fiance requested this. He really wants Philly cheesesteak. I've never made it. So we're gonna learn together, and I'm gonna show you how I cut corners and cut costs. Come along with me. So to start, we're gonna put this off to the side. And we're gonna start by chopping up our green peppers and our onions. So I like to chop the ends off my onion and then cut it in half, and this makes it a nice flat surface to work on, so less chance of hurting yourself. And we peel the yucky skin off and we throw it away. But wait, we're not gonna throw this away. We're gonna put this in a bag, shove it in the freezer, and when we have enough of it, we boil it, and we just made homemade vegetable stock for free. Life doesn't have to be expensive. So we're gonna start by chopping our onion into strips, I don't know, about an inch or so big. Also, I have been lied to many times in my life on what an inch looks like. So sorry if it looks more like half an inch. So I don't like to make any more dishes than I have to, even though I'm not the one that does them. My loving fiance does them for me as I do all the cooking. It's our little trade-off. So to help him out, and I know some chefs are gonna be like, don't do it like that. We're here to save time. It's fine. We're gonna put about, I don't know, 2 tablespoons or so of canola oil. Yes, I reused my canola oil from when I deep fried something, so this is another way to save money. We're just gonna dump our onions straight in there because that's gonna be the first thing that we're gonna pan fry. These mushrooms are grown in poop, so they're gross. So you gotta wash them. But if you wash them, they can get rubbery. So you actually take a dry brush to them to knock everything off. All right, so we dump our mushrooms in there. Now, I think a typical Philly cheesesteak would use sweet onions, like yellow and orange and red, and they want you to use a different array of colors to make it beautiful. We're here to save money. This week at Superstore, green onions were on sale. And if you look closely, yeah, it's seen better days, but you know what? It was really cheap. We're sauteing it anyway. If we were eating this nice and fresh, we'd want it nice and crispy and not wrinkly skin. But look, it's gonna get ugly in with sauteing anyway, so why not? So just give this a little stir to get the oil all over everything. All right, while we saute our veg, I wanted to tell you how to save money with beef, because this is the star of the show. This is also the star of my grocery receipt. She's expensive. So what we did is we bought the cheapest beef roast they had at the store. I also went with the smallest because there's just 2 of us eating it tonight. The kids do not want this, and that is fine. So I went and I bought the cheapest roast, and I froze it. I left it in the fridge for, I don't know, maybe overnight, so it got ever so slightly defrosted. And because that makes it a lot easier to cut, and I cut it into these really thin strips, almost like you'd see at Hot Pot. And so I just used my regular old knife, which, by the way, this knife is freaking awesome. It was a Christmas present. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, it's getting a little bit worn now, but like, oh, just love it. Anyway, slice it up really fine. We're not gonna need all of this. I'm gonna be able to use this for like a hot pot or like a really good like faux soup later. This whole roast cost me, I think, $25, and this was not me shopping around. This is me going to the one grocery store that was closest to my house, I'm sure I could find this a lot cheaper elsewhere. We're just running out of time because we also work a full-time job while trying to raise a family and cook dinner for everybody. So we cut corners while we can, and this was my corner to cut. I was willing to take the risk on that cost. I bought this massive bag of these like panini buns at the Wholesale Club, which if you're from Canada, we have the Great Canadian Superstore, and it's fairly inexpensive. It's kind of equivalent to Walmart, sort of. Costco's a little bit too far of a drive for me, plus I'm not spending membership money. Again, we're trying to save money, not spend the money. So the Wholesale Club is the Costco version, no, the Superstore version of Costco. Do you see the beautiful fond that I have on my pot here? All this brown bits. So to the untrained eye, or unexperienced eye, maybe I should say, that almost looks like I'm burning the bottom. That is flavor. So what I'm actually going to do, because I want to help these along a little bit more and get them a little bit more tender before I take them off, I'm actually just going to add a splash of water in here because that's going to help lift all of that and put the flavor back on all the vegetables. Guys, stop the phone. I just about forgot to put in garlic. That would be like a punishable by death sin. We're gonna put, I don't know, maybe a couple teaspoons of this. Okay, hold on. I know I said, you know what, come here, come close, come here. I know I said we're not buying pre-chopped vegetables. Garlic is an exception. This entire container will last me many, many months. It's like $7. I cook every single night with it. A teaspoon is the equivalent of 1 clove of garlic. Keep in mind, like this expires in April. It's gonna be gone by like halfway through this week. So just saying, it's okay to cut corners with garlic. The rest of your vegetables, maybe not, unless you get them on a really good deal. And you know what? If you value time more than money, go right ahead. But I'm trying to show you what's gonna save you money in this economy. Throw your garlic, sorry, back to what we're doing. Throw your garlic in and only give it a couple minutes because we do not want to burn garlic. Burnt garlic sucks. It's so bitter. We're going to take these veggies and put them aside. I know I said I didn't want to dirty any extra plates, but honestly, it's necessary. Oh, we forgot. By the way, we also have ADHD, so this is fun. I put half the beef in a bag. We are gonna save this for another recipe. Like I said, maybe hot pot. So just get a Ziploc bag. We wash these. So unless your bag gets ripped or is super, super gross, just reuse them, wash them. And I squeeze all the air out so it basically, it basically replicates a vacuum seal, which I do have. But again, why go through a bag that you're gonna use for something that I'm gonna use fairly quickly? So I'm gonna throw this in the freezer. I'll probably use it in the next week. Slice it even more to kind of replicate what you see in stores, I guess. I don't know. And you know what? Gordon Ramsay's not gonna come in my kitchen and be like, "What are you doing, you donut?" This is good enough. See, there's pieces that are smaller, there's pieces that are bigger. I don't care. Do you care? I don't think anybody cares. All right, bring our attention back to our pan. We are going to turn it on now that we have added another tablespoon or 2 of oil so it doesn't stick. Get that nice and heated up, and we're gonna throw her in. Depending on the size of your pan, you're gonna want to work in batches because you don't want to crowd the meat. You want it to gain a nice little crust. So, give it a stir. This is not going to take long at all, so I'm not even gonna bother washing my hand that literally has raw beef on it. We're just gonna pretend like we're riding a bull and like have our hand in the air, like use one hand. Woo! So really fast, you're gonna quickly throw, oh no, I need another hand. And this is what happens. Chaos. Put some seasoning salt on it. Put some garlic powder. And some black pepper. I read somewhere that people put garlic pepper on it. I'm like, what is garlic pepper? Can we not just mix, you know, garlic powder and pepper? Why do we get all fancy? And I guarantee there's people that have seen that on recipes and are like, oh no, I gotta go to the store and buy garlic pepper. No, you don't. Just use what you have. Is it really gonna make a difference? Like, is a $14 seasoning gonna change the flavor that has so much flavor in it already? Like, all of those vegetables are super flavorful. We're gonna be putting cheese on, and the beef, and the bread, and the butter, and the, oh, we don't need that. We're gonna take soft butter and put it on a roll. And we're gonna throw it in the oven at around 400 degrees. So a cost-saving tip when you're buttering your hoagies, if you don't want to use butter, because butter can be really expensive, I use margarine for things that don't really matter this much. I know butter is going to give it a richer flavor, but in the end, is it going to be that much more intense? This almost tastes the same in my opinion. I didn't use it today because I had a little bit of a mind blip, but I'd suggest in situations like this, go with a cheaper option if you can. You don't have to, but just know that there is cheaper options out there. We're gonna split our beef over these 5 rolls that we did. Keep in mind, you can adjust these quantities. If you want more beef, then do more beef. If you don't want so much, then don't do so much. And put this back in the oven. I preheated it to 400. So I just wanted to address the cheese situation. This is sliced provolone. I know that this can be expensive. The store I went to only had this for provolone and I was really sad. I contemplated using Swiss because it was significantly cheaper. Because I've never made Philly cheesesteak before, I wanted to go more traditional, even though I kind of went a less traditional way. Please use your judgment. If you can find stuff that you slice yourself, do it. It will save you a ton of money. If not, no one's judging you. This saved you time. Why not? Look at her. Oh my gosh, is she not beautiful? Would you just look at it? It is so beautiful. Let's try it. Okay. Get a crunch of the bread. A nice chew of the meat. The freshness of the vegetables. This is really good. Honestly, you know what might make this better? Totally optional. Horseradish. We're gonna smear some prepared horseradish that I bought at the store on, and let's see what this is like. Thanks for watching my first episode, guys. Appreciate you.